Colorado is the ultimate road trip destination and home to arguably the world's most scenic train journey. In this video, we experience some of the best ways to enjoy the outstanding nature this state has on offer. We start this journey on the historic Durango to Silverton steam train.
So how the train works is you can either get one of these carts like this. You can see it is enclosed. We have opted for one of the carts like this where you have these big open windows where you can stick your head out, get awesome photos. And the best thing about this is that this is actually the cheapest option as well, which for me I think this is the best one.
This train has been in continuous operation since 1882 and allows passengers to take the same journey as Old West miners would do to bring back silver and gold from the mountains. This 7-hour round trip takes you alongside the Animas River into the remote mountain wilderness of the San Juan National Forest, and it sets off from the city of Durango.
There are different trips available on this train. We are going for the slightly shorter option, which is still 5 hours long, but we thought 5 hours is probably nicer than 7 hours with a baby, so we've gone for the shorter one. It's still going to be beautiful, it just won't go the whole length of the way.
It takes no time at all before you wave the city goodbye and begin making your way into nature.
It's kind of amazing, you can hear everyone on the train like cheering, everyone's full of energy at this point. I wonder where they're going to be like 5 hours in. If they're still going to be like screaming and cheering all the way.
I think knowing the Americans, yes. You get out of the town very, very quickly, and it's really infectious because everyone you go past is just waving at you. So all you want to do is just wave to everyone. I feel like a child.
I'm one of those actors on the Disney floats, you know, just like waving at everyone going past like I'm not a real person.
Oh, you're the queen.
The queen.
This trip I have definitely got into the American positivity. It's really rubbing off on me. Maybe because I'm just happy at this point in my life. Maybe I haven't been in the past, but now I'm so bloody happy.
You're no longer a miserable Brit, you're now like a happy American.
I would cheer a sunset right now.
Would you? He's changed, you guys. Away from the town, but now we're starting the ascent into the mountains.
The whole experience had me beaming. The further we went up, the better it got, and you just can't get bored with the constant changing scenery. There are remnants of its historical past along the way, which, although interesting, was nothing compared to the dizzying sharp drops and unparalleled scenery. You get so close to it all that you could even reach out and touch the cliffs if you felt so inclined, although it's probably best to keep all limbs inside.
I feel like the only way you can get views like this is by doing the train, because the terrain out here looks so rugged and so rough and difficult to get to. I don't think you could see these views any other way.
How did they make this?
I know. So unless you're like a super experienced hiker, the train's probably the best bet if you want to get these views.
This is definitely a highlight of the trip right now. We have a philosophy on this channel, live the good old days. And every now and again we get reminded ourselves that we are living the good old days right now. And this is a hell of an experience. I highly, highly recommend. It's so wild that you can just lean out of the train like this.
They also do train rides in the winter time and they look absolutely epic. Imagine coming through here, this incredible mountain scenery, but with just a dusting of snow everywhere.
They call it the Polar Express.
We need to come back when Noah is a little bit bigger and we can kind of understand what's going on. We're at the halfway point now, which is where the train stops and turns around. And so I think we'll be here for about 50 minutes, just under an hour anyway. And what I really like about this is instead of stopping in some random town where you just kind of have to wander around the gift shops, you actually just stopped in the middle of nature in this beautiful surroundings. You can walk down to the river if you want to. There's picnic benches around, so if you brought a packed lunch with you, this is a really nice place to stop for lunch.
I actually think just being really next to the train is one of the coolest things about this. The stopping, you really can actually have a look at it in all its glory, and it is a beast of a machine. So iconic with the mountains behind. You've even got the guy working here just eating his lunch on the top of the train. What a spot for lunch.
Pretty cool.
That sound means that it's time to go. That is so loud in real life.
Once the train had turned around, you get a completely different view from the other side, which meant it didn't get boring on the return journey.
It is always such an assault on your senses every time you get back from being in nature and come back to reality, to civilization. I don't really notice it so much just in day-to-day life, but when you go away and come back, man, we are bombarded.
It is very intense, isn't it? I actually find that I get quite tired easily when I've been out in nature for a few days and then I come back to a city or a town or something. I just find that I'm tired really, really quickly.
After a very long day on the train and a lot of fresh air, we were ready to get back to the van for a relaxing evening, ready for another busy day tomorrow.
In through the nose, out through the mouth. As you breathe in, noticing how the body expands. As you breathe out.
The next day, we made our way to a recommendation from you guys that until now we had never heard of.
We're about to find out what the hell is a chuckwagon.
We've just been driving into the wilderness for what feels like forever. I'm a little bit concerned about how remote this place actually is. And are they going to make us drink the Kool-Aid?
I think so.
Oh, there's our first cowboy hat. I've sighted it.
There's a few.
Oh yeah. I'm thinking this is maybe like some kind of like living historical village or something. There's like some guy in a cowboy hat sweeping outside the chapel. And there's a train going past going toot toot.
After walking around, we were still none the wiser as to what this place actually was.
What's a chuckwagon?
I still have no idea. We've been here like half an hour and I'm still not sure. I think it's a gift shop for the show.
And what's the difference between that and a hootenanny?
Oh, I don't know, but either way, I think we're going to have a rootin' tootin' time.
I finally learned what a chuckwagon is, and this thing here is a chuckwagon. They would use this to serve food and carry food back in the old days. Yeah, an old-fashioned food truck. I'm not really sure how that relates to what it's turned into today, and I don't know if this happens all over the US. Does it? Or is this a Colorado
thing?
Nowadays, a chuckwagon is no longer food served from a wagon, but a big open space like this, where the servers double up as the entertainment after the meal.
This is like nothing I've ever experienced before. I mean, it's fun. There's just people everywhere. There's like big old lines of tables, everyone eating. The food's pretty good. It's very like old style type of food. I guess this is what they would have eaten back in the day when they're out in the middle of nowhere, out on the prairie, I want to say. So it's dinner and a show. So next part is the show.
Together, please, for the Barney Wranglers. Here we go.
How was your first chuckwagon?
My first, probably my last. Not that it was terrible, but I feel like once you've experienced it, right?
Yeah, definitely. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I
like the music at the end, it was fun.
Yeah, the music was good fun.
Yeah.
But it's
was an
just
experience.
different.
Yeah.
It's just very different. And yeah.
I would like to say a big thank you to Headspace for sponsoring this video. I would be lying if I said this whole parenting thing was easy, because it's not. And it can be so easy to let stress get the better of us, and this is definitely something that Alex and I want to keep in check. In turn, we have decided to make a conscious effort to set aside time for ourselves individually every couple of days or so, just to check in and make sure that we're all good. Headspace is an app that provides tools like breathing exercises, guided meditations, and mindfulness exercises, all of which I found useful at one point or another. My current favorite is that they have a series of sleepcasts that are part of the National Park collection, which I found a really nice way to unwind and get ready for sleep at the end of the day. The app also has really useful sections specifically designed to help guide you through difficult stages in your life, as well as a bunch of other topics such as unlocking creativity or mindful parenting. Headspace is suitable for all levels, so if you've been meaning to give mindfulness or meditation practice a go but you haven't known where to start just yet, maybe this could be the perfect opportunity to begin that journey. If you would like to see how Headspace could be useful for you, you can get 30% off an annual subscription by using our link down in the description or by scanning the QR code that's on the screen right now. Also, let us know down in the comments below what you do for self-care. When I think of Colorado, I think of ranches and horseback riding. So I'm gonna go and head off for the afternoon to do something for myself.
I'm gonna be looking after Noah alone, and I'm not sure what kind of damage I can do in a couple of hours.
Just make sure he doesn't starve and you don't burn him.
No, we're gonna go sunbathing.
Oh my goodness.
Mummy will kill me if I don't put this on you. There you go.
Got my helmet on, I've got my saddle bag to keep my water and my camera in, and I'm about to go horse riding. I'm really nervous now that I'm here.
Well, get away. Now Emma's gone, it's time for us to have some fun, and that fun is trying to get him to sleep. You excited to be with your dad?
This is Thunder. We are just riding through Colorado mountainside at the moment, and it is such a wonderful way to see the nature here. I feel like it's such a different perspective to what I've seen so far. It's been really nice doing it on foot with hikes and stuff, but let's face it, I'm not at my fittest at the moment, and sitting my ass on the back of a horse as we ride through beautiful scenery, really, really great.
It feels like in this state that no matter where you walk, about 10 minutes in any direction, and you turn up at some unbelievable, beautiful nature spot, and it's done it again. I've just stumbled across some random lake, and it just looks so inviting. I haven't been able to decide if Colorado is my favorite state. I'm trying to fight with recency bias because I know I'm prone to that, and before Colorado, Arizona was hands down my favorite state. It's the most beautiful state. But now I'm here in Colorado, I think it's here. Just the variety of the landscapes and the natural beauty is just something else. We are back at the ranch, just waiting for Mum to return, and I'm not gonna lie, I just wanted to say we're back at the ranch. Howdy, cowgirl.
Hello. We had a lovely trail ride. Absolutely beautiful scenery.
Yeah.
Oh, careful.
Well, I'll let you get down before I get kicked by this guy.
That's a good idea. It was great. Good. Yeah, real good. So I feel like I'm walking really weird now.
You look so happy.
Those land legs back.
In my younger years, I used to laugh at the weird cheese that they have here in the US. And we are having mac and cheese tonight, and I used to think it was absolutely gross. When Emma was growing up, she said she loved this as a kid.
It was great.
And she has actually converted me as mac and cheese. I don't think you should call it mac and cheese, it's mac and sauce. But that isn't cheese, right? Is it?
It's cheese flavoured product.
Do you want me to slop you some up?
Wow, you made that so appealing. I think every good road trip needs some good towns to stop in, and this one has to be one of the coolest that we've stopped in Colorado. This place is called Pagosa Springs, and it is famous for its hot springs. It actually claims the deepest hot spring in the world. Right behind me we have the Pagosa Springs Resort, which is actually where you can go and experience a variety of temperatures of the hot springs.
It costs $65 per person to go and hang out over here, and it does look quite inviting, but it also does have a bit of a resort vibe to it, whereas you do have the untouched nature of the river right next to it, and so nice. It even has its own natural hot springs, which is what we're going to go and test out, and I'm finally going to get to test out as well my rubber tubing ring and be able to float down this river.
He's been looking forward to this the whole trip.
This is so cool. I can't believe this is just free on the side of the river like this. And I believe that there's different temperatures everywhere, and in the deepest hot spring is something like 114 degrees, which is going to be too hot to get in here. Oh, that is so hot. It's such a hot time of the year. It's not actually that nice. Still gonna get in there. This area here is called Nathan's Hippie Dip Hot Spring. I don't know who Nathan is or why he's got his little mitts on this one, but the fact that it's free is absolutely awesome. I think it's funny that the paid place is much busier than the free place, because surely you're paying for exclusivity and it doesn't look that relaxing to be around a lot of people versus here where you can have it basically to yourself. We've got an awesome spot down by the river, so I have to start the manual labour of endlessly blowing into this rubber ring. I tried to blow it up before and it takes so long. See you on the other side.
Are you gonna film the whole process?
Yes.
You did it! You look so tired.
I haven't got the energy to go actually do the activity now. I am designated canary down the mine, and then if I survive, or if my coccyx survives specifically, then Emma will also go down. So now I've got to try it and find a good place to launch, and I will be hitting the river. So if you can see, it's really calm in this little rock pool that I'm in, but straight away as soon as I go out, I'm in, and the river's taking me. Well, this is so much faster than it looks from the side of the river. Man, you can't help but be so happy doing something like this. I feel like an absolute child again, and it's amazing. Could you imagine just going down here but in a bad mood? Humans are awesome. We come up with such fun ways to experience this world.
Oh, hi. You look so awkward.
So awkward. That is so fun.
Yeah?
Yeah, that is, you can't help but feel like a kid when you're doing something like that. Yeah, it's faster than it looks from the side.
Oh, really?
Yeah, when you first get in, you're like, whoa! Emma's turn now.
I'm really scared because you told me it was fast.
It is, but it's fun. Fast and furious.
Oh, I don't feel fast or furious. I feel chill and mellow. Well, wish me luck.
Those hot springs are epic. Maybe too hot for a day like today. I imagine in the winter with all the snow, that place is an absolute dream, although you don't get to go down the river. I'm having so much fun. The things we've done on this video is the most fun I've had traveling in years. So many awesome things to do here. How was it?
It was way faster than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
So it's time to hit the road once again.
Colorado has been epic so far.
So good.
And we've done so many bucket list things on this video.
It has been a truly epic destination. I didn't expect to love Colorado as much as I'm loving it right now.
We still have some awesome things to do in Colorado coming up soon, so make sure you subscribe and hit like on the video if you enjoyed it.
And leave in the comments down below, what would you do? Let us know your favourite activities to do in Colorado or just in the US in general.
And nothing left to say, but thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time, and beans out.
Just watching the body soften as you gently close the eyes. And rather than the mind leading the breath, allow the breath to lead the mind.